I keep this box in my shelves. It mainly contains plastic objects, scraps with the strangest shapes. At the beginning of the project, we choose something that inspires us and supports us in the project we want to carry on. I understood one thing: creating these industrial terrains, or rather moving away from my classic fantasy style, is not only extremely fun, but also has a powerful, relaxing and anti-stress effect. I recommend you to take a break from time to time and allow your mind to get out of the routine and try something different. The effects are very healthy. These plastic grids are aquarium filters. They are great, and also they are modular. Nice. I choose this plastic blue container as the basic structure. We get a more detailed and interesting shape, adding various shapes with a graphics chipboard. I want to create an elevated platform for the main fuel tank. I combine a plastic support with two metal beams made from a graphics medium chipboard. We reinforce the structure with two other elements and complete with a texture that, as you can see, I took from inside a box of biscuits.
Biscuits.
We are ready to attack our platform. We make a second tank for the coolant from a plastic bottle. Now the main entrance. I use a resin clone of a sci-fi door, but you can also use the normal chipboard and make it just as interesting. We will see it in the next episodes. Anyway, I had this piece and others available, so I used them, as you can see. Now I use a Wilox technique to create the fuel tank. Check it out, this tutorial, it's great. And fix it to the platform thanks to these hooks for the electrical conduits. We use these funny puzzle pipes for create industrial pipes, cheap and effective. Now I create riveted metal bands with foam sheets. I use this technique. With the hot tip of my hot glue gun, I create the rivets. Nice. Details, bits and pieces here and there. I really recommend buying this Mantic box. Find the link in the description box below this video. We use straws filled with hot glue for small and resistant tubes. We add a nice piece of safety net and we're almost there. After covering everything with a black primer spray, we give a chaotic dark brown coat. This hand process guarantees an excellent base for the airbrush. It depends on your taste. For a dirtier look, you can also do everything with a normal brush. Here you see that I use a semi-wet technique to favor the blending of colors. Once dry, you can do the magic of the dry brush. By the way, the airbrush for industrial metal parts certainly has the advantage to making the surfaces very homogeneous and truly metallic in appearance. It is important to create contrast areas in your piece. Here you see how I use a dirty white for the fuel tank. I use a brown wash for the corrosive effect of atmospheric elements and to simulate liquid leaks. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you found it entertaining and above all inspirational. Ciao!